Bit of a mad one the other day. We had an elite panel on Saeed's channel. Saeed top left, Save in the middle there on the top row, Spurs, Roms, Liverpool on the right, Goonie bottom left, unfortunately covered by my little square here, Chelsea, Lee Gunner, Arsenal of course, and LB, Man City. And Savra and Lee were going back and forth at this. And they got to a few moments of contention in this particular live stream. Now, I'll link it down below from this point on, 20 minutes, 28 seconds, but you can watch it for yourselves from the entirety if you haven't seen it yet. It's pretty elite. They do go on go back and forth on a few things in terms of projects and plans and, you know, if you don't win the league, then you're a failure and then everyone should be held accountable. And what does that entail? Sacking every manager that doesn't win the league. So if Pep's going to win it every season, what's the point of any manager being there, any long-term project or any long-term appointment? It's just going to keep changing. If Man City win the next 3 leagues in a row, again, let's say they do a fucking 7-peat, whatever the fuck it is, hypothetically, for argument's sake, and Klopp doesn't win the league, Arteta doesn't win the league, Ange doesn't win the league, Pochettino doesn't win the league, Emery doesn't win the league, etc., etc. All those managers get sacked. That's a stupid, ridiculous take. This is like, in some instances, I agree with Lee and his passion and his desire to be standard and high level and all this sort of shit, you know, standards FC and all that crap. But then it just goes to like so many extremities that it's just it's. I can understand what he wants. Whether or not that can be applied, though, that's a different story. Savra, on the other hand, he's probably a little bit more, you know, okay, let's think about this. Where do we want to be? Where are we now? What do we have to do to get this sort of thing? He is the plan, so to speak. Ange coming in with Spurs and all that sort of stuff. You all know the deal, right? Savra does get a little bit touchy, though, when it comes to people. Look, I'll grant him, Lee interrupts a lot and he's frustrating and can be a prick on stream. Maybe he's the best bloke in the world off stream, but on stream is an absolute cunt most of the time. That's just how he is. You just know what he's about. Sometimes he makes good points. Sometimes his points just too much for me. But at the end of the day, he is box office, right? Sava maybe needs to stop looking at the chat and getting rattled by people who are negative in the comment section. This is the internet. Just, you have to learn how to deal with it. But they're having a conversation now about Simeone coming in, and is he going to overtake Pep in his first season? Because they're talking about bringing in Simeone and putting him in with like a Manchester United or a Chelsea or someone like that, or a Tottenham Hotspur. Because Lee's whole thing is, if you're not winning, bring a new manager in there. Okay, but then can a manager win with that squad that is coming in to take over? Or does he need to bring his own players, in which case there's another process, quote unquote, that starts again. This player's no good, this player's no good, I need this player. In a win-now situation, that's not ideal, because you need to work with what you have then and there. But in any case, let's see what the boys have to say.
Hang on, it's not about not respecting Simeone, but maybe I'm the only one then. All right, Man U, go and get Simeone. Okay. Go and get Simeone, and next year we'll see you in the league title.
Okay, so based on what you just said about they're not going to take out Man City, you know you don't have to beat Man City to win a title, didn't you? You can actually lose twice and still win the league, because it ain't just Man City that are in this league. There's 18 other teams, including Man United and Man City. Correct. Right? So you don't have to beat Man City to win a title.
Yeah, correct. You don't have to beat Man City to win the title, but how many times have we seen Man City hardly lose any games, and when they do lose games, like this season in particular, teams that can get a bit of a distance between them haven't capitalised. Liverpool being one, Arsenal being the other. Arguably, you can say Aston Villa as well, yeah? Arsenal last season completely capitulated in the end. It happens. Man City, Pep's Man City, are no easy beats. So just because you can beat them twice a season, they're still going to go on and win the league. Like us, we beat them every year, at home at least. We don't lose to them. Away, sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit. But we still don't end up winning the league because they're still better overall. So yes, you can win the league whilst beating City, but they still have a greater stronghold, because if they lose 2 games out of 38, they can still go on and win it because they are Man City. That's the thing. It's not an easy thing to do to dethrone Man City.
Man United, when they've won titles before, lost home and away to Man City.
I'm not talking about beating Man City over one-off games. I'm talking about beating Man City over 38. This is what Spurs fans do. But we beat City. Yeah, but not over 38 games in the season, we don't.
Yeah, Liverpool beat City as well at Anfield. Doesn't mean we win the league. That's a it's a non-point.
But who's going to give you a better chance, Ange Postecoglou or Diego Simeone?
That is the ultimate question. How do you get the best out of the players? Where do the club want to go? What sort of style do they want to implement? Again, it's this whole thing. It's like, no, we want to win now. Bring in a manager and win now, says Lee Gunner. Okay, but what happens? They win now, and then what? They leave and someone else comes in, and then they start again. Then they don't win. 2 years. Okay, well, you're not winning. Next manager, come in. I go, well, they're not winning. They've brought in some players. Okay, next manager, come in. And the same shit happens all over again. It's this higher fire thing. It's like every club needs to be Chelsea of the 2000s and 2010s when Abramovich was there. Just sack every manager that doesn't win, bring a new one in there. Okay, sure. You might win something 1 year, but the next year you completely, go down. You go to 10th. And then you're struggling to get back out again because the team isn't good. The managers you appointed were rubbish. You thought they were going to win you something and they didn't. And then you're stuck trying to rebuild a squad again and the club is in all sorts.
It depends. What do you want for your football club as an ethos?
Well, this is what he wants for his football club. Someone to win now.
Okay. So what if Simeone comes in year one, doesn't win in year one? Has he failed?
Yeah, what if I walk out the gates later and get flattened by a bus?
No, I'm asking a question. I'm asking a question.
Lee's whole premise is bring a manager now and then they win you the league. He even said at the end of the stream with Footy Judge Mo, he says, if you bring in Ancelotti now, he wins the league with this Arsenal squad. But he doesn't want to give Arteta any credit. And then Mo pressed him and said, okay, so that means Ancelotti wins with this current squad, which Arteta put together, so Arteta did something right. And then he didn't want to sort of like give it any credence. It's like he didn't want to give it to any big ups. It's like, man, yeah. If Carlo comes in and he wins with the team now, that means Arteta put together a decent squad good enough to win a league. It means Arteta's level is not there, but someone else's is. In this instance here, you're bringing in either a Simeone to take over and to say, okay, I'm coming here, we're going to win. They don't win in their first season, and Lee's all about win now. What happens? Do you sack him? And then he says, well, I can walk outside and get hit by a bus. Okay, so now he's doing the hypothetical thing. So first it's bring a new manager in, and maybe they'll win you something in their first season. But by Lee's own logic and standards, if they don't win you and someone else does, sack him. So Simeone comes in, doesn't win anything. See you later. Bye-bye, Diego. Off you go.
That's a stupid response.
Yeah, but there'll be a situation where there'll be planning involved. Obviously, it depends on the recruitment and what he brings in. So you're looking at maybe 1 to 2 years, but you will have a better chance with Diego Simeone. By the way, that's Lee's option. For me, it's Hansi Flick.
Sure.
A guy who's done so much in Germany. Hansi Flick would be my
I'm not saying Simeone's not a top manager. I'm doubting that in 1 year he comes in and overtakes Pep Guardiola and Jurgen Klopp.
No,
madness.
No.
I'm gonna leave it there, but yeah, that's pretty much it. Like, and Lee's whole thing is get a better manager. Well, if Pep is the best in the world, which other manager is out there that's gonna get the job done? Carlo Ancelotti, he's riding Carlo Ancelotti hard. He was sacked at Real Madrid in 2015, even though he won them La Decima, won them the Champions League number 10, because they didn't win La Liga in those 2 seasons. Atleti won it, and then Barcelona did. So he won them the Copa del Rey, whatever they call it, and the Champions League, but it was see you later, bye-bye. Florentino Perez said, look, didn't reach the standards we wanted to with Real Madrid being Real Madrid and who they are, and just didn't get there. So see you later, bye-bye. And then when Zidane called it quits in that 21 season, Ancelotti come back in after his little stint at Everton, which was again a most random one. And when you've got resources and good players, Ancelotti can do some magic. Are the players good enough at Arsenal, like I was saying before? Maybe not for a league win, but maybe good enough to put you into second, maybe again. But again, if they don't win it, then Lee's logic falls apart. If they don't win it in that first or second season, sack the manager. You're going to sack Don Carlo Ancelotti. They hired him again. He's won them La Liga, Champions League. He's back in business again. But he's got a good squad. So you do need a good squad. You need the backing. You need to have planning in place. What do you want to do? Where do you want to go? How are you going to get there? It's all good and well to say every club should win anything. If you don't win, you're a failure, and then sack the manager. It's not feasible. It doesn't work like that. Not every club's intention is to win the league. Some clubs are happy to be sustained there and just keep themselves in there and then build from there. Other established clubs, it's like we need to win. If we're not winning, we're sacking the manager. Well, fuck. Pick one. Pick one. You can't just sack managers willy-nilly just because you're not winning anything. Like, if that's your way to success, then like a corporation. If the corporation ain't making hundreds of millions of dollars of profit a year, every financial year, sack the CEO, bring in the next one. Sack the CFO, bring in another one. I don't know how a business survives that way. Same like a club. I mean, unless you got millions and millions of dollars, like Chelsea did once upon a time, and then they got into the shit. But yeah, there you have it. Anyways, that's my little spiel.